Hello, hello.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome
You said I
back.
mustn't sing that song the
Hey.
first time.
What?
Trademarks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, too much drama.
Okay. You like
Sorry.
perfect. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
You look tired though.
Do I?
Yeah. And you sound tired.
I mean, I am tired, but I shouldn't sound tired. I should not sound tired. I think also because my period started today. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
I'm like a bit drainaged, but I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll be fine. I think I just need some like chocolate or something. I don't know. And sweets. I should really should stop. I really should. I don't want diabetes. I really need
But
to stop.
apparently, the reason you need them during your period is to balance out your hormones, because then you get some oxytocin from the chocolate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Once I heard that, I knew, okay, no, we really do need those chocolates during that
Right?
time. Yeah, it's not
That makes so
safe.
much sense. We're not being dramatic. We're not lying about it.
Yep.
But it's just one of those things. But let's get started. Let's get started. Love is blind. SK. Oh,
Is it
SK.
blind?
Oh, SK.
I'm
Why
so
would you do
disappointed.
this to us? We were rooting for you.
Right?
Like
That's what
we
happens when you
were.
root for someone, hey?
Oh, especially a black man. A Nigerian black man.
But you know what made us root for him even more was that thread from that lady saying, like, he is genuine in real life. I think
Mm,
that was the solidifying factor that we believed, okay, maybe he is a great guy.
I think he is probably like a great guy. It's just probably his dick. You know what I'm saying? He just goes around swinging it everywhere. And for me, it's like, I don't want to lie, it calls into question the whole thing of Love is Blind. I feel
Also,
like with reality dating shows, I honestly feel like they should be like one or two seasons of them and then they cap it at the door. Because after that, you're getting people who just want to be famous. I don't think you're getting like people who genuinely want to find love. Do you get what I mean? Because
yeah.
I don't like now with everything that happened with SK, with that Asian guy, like it's just starting to look like people genuinely are like on Love is Blind for fame. And I saw on no, it was on TikTok. There was a producer who was like showing how Love is Blind actually casts people.
Huh.
So they go to different cities. So like let's say like this past thing, it was Atlanta if I'm not mistaken.
It, well, it was two cities because actually, to prevent what you're saying, they shot back to back.
Yeah, they
So it was
they did.
Austin and
Austin and
yeah,
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah.
So apparently, what they do is they literally will go to Instagram and they will like go and search and then search the city and then look at the posts underneath that city and then look for like a hot single people
Are you
or hot people
serious?
who are not married. Yes, and then they send them a message and be like, "There's a show." They won't tell them exactly what show it is until like obviously then they say like I'm available. Da, da, da. Then they'll say, "Okay, it's Love Is Blind, ABCD." That's
But
how they
that doesn't make
search.
sense.
That's how they search for them. That's how they search. That's what I'm saying. I honestly think that's one of the reasons why, like, most of those, like, it's 90% of those couples that fail. Let's be very honest. It's
True.
90% of those couples that fail. It's not like love at first sight. I mean, married at first sight, where you
Hmm.
have to apply and then they pretend to match you
Bet
guys
you.
and
Yeah.
vet you and all those
Yeah.
things, right? For them, I think it's genuinely about getting hot people. Because let's not lie, none of those people are ugly.
True. True.
They are very much conventionally pretty.
Yeah, because even the plus size people are.
Conventionally pretty, exactly.
Yeah.
So clearly, like the producers are told this is the type of person we're looking
Yeah.
for, and that's who they look for. And I think that makes it so inauthentic.
Very. I'm so
Mm.
disappointed. I would have thought that they actually get people to apply at
Mm-mm.
least, because marriage is not like I don't know, at seen it pop in place.
Yeah.
So I don't, I'm very, very, very taken aback. I would have thought, don't they apply for like Love Island and stuff like that?
Even Love Island, they don't.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back.
They look for them on Instagram.
I take that back.
They look for people on Instagram. Because even Nella Rose, she's been approached so many times to do Love Island and she just always says no.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She always says no because, first of all, the fact that she has to be in a bikini the whole time. Second of all, you know what happens to black girls on Love Island.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
So she always says no. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, you can't quote me on this, but I think also like her other two friends have been approached. But they've also said nah. Because one of them, she was on a reality show like back in the day and she didn't really enjoy it and stuff like that. So she was like, nah, I'll never do a reality show.
That
ever
is so
again.
interesting. I would have thought it's like a proper vetting process. But when you say that, it makes sense because then you get people that are like super broke on the show, and it's like, oh, why are you even on a marriage show where you know that you're financially not ready to get married?
Exactly.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
But back to SK.
So SK, someone, okay, so let's rewind. So this lady came out like 2 weeks ago and she was like, she's been seeing SK, and she only put out like a little bit of evidence. And then Raven went and shut those rumors down and she was like, she's sticking by her man. Like, she made it seem like this happened like totally before they were on the show, ABCD. And remember, I even told you, I was like, I don't think so, because in one of his text messages, he's talking about going to school.
Yeah. So hold that thought. It's actually two different women. The one that he was talking to with the school stuff, that one, that was all her evidence there. This one with the evidence, it was a girl who actually just did a short video explaining that her ex is asking to come back that time he has a fiance from Love is Blind. So that's her. Now she put out a video with all the evidence because people asked her in the comments and then she said, I'm not going to say anything, and she put the Nigerian flag. Then she put that video out where she shows them going on holiday, etc., etc. But yeah, it's just two different women. I just wanted to let you know that it's two different women.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
That means then there's three women, okay? Because check, if you're saying the first one is a different woman, right? And this one, right, with all the evidence that she has, that's the second woman. And then under that lady in the comments, someone wrote, my girl used to date him. The trip that she's talking about to Ibiza, they were supposed to go because she planned everything. And then they had a fight a week before. And then the creator of that video replied and she was like, that's possible because he only asked me 1 week before the date.
What the fuck?
That means there's three. You know what I think? Now that I'm looking back, you know what I think? I think the reason why SK's mom loved Raven so much is because she had a hint of blackness. I think
the way you put that.
she had a drizzle. Yeah, she has a woof of being black, you know? And I think SK is surrounded so many white women. His mom's probably sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
And when she met Raven, she was probably like, oh, thank God. She's got some kink in her hair. Like some melanin. And that's why she loved Raven so much. I don't know.
I think so. Or maybe she thought maybe this would be the time that he settles down and he stops with the many women. Yeah.
Because the weird thing is the fact that these are all women before the show and it carried on after the show. And who knows, maybe they even carried on while they were filming.
How though? Because aren't you supposed to stay there the whole time?
No, but you get your phone back after the honeymoon.
The point where I don't get is the Cabo one. Because weren't they in Cabo with Raven?
He was in Cabo with Raven.
Yes.
So that means he loved it so much, he went back.
No, but you know when they were filming or something, they were in Cabo for that thing. But then he was also in Cabo with that other lady.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went back because remember she said
was it not at the same time?
No, because remember she said she scrolled on his phone for her pictures and she saw he was having conversations and he had saved that person already as fiance. So I think it's after they wrapped up filming.
Loved it so much.
Loved it so much that he was like, I gotta take my main girl to Kapa.
No wonder you sleep so much.
Yo,
it's all the miles he's been doing.
Yo, he needs a nap after a long day of worrying.
What the fuck, though?
SK, yo.
Why do you agree? Okay, fine. I get you get on the show, you like someone. Fair. But why agree to take it that far? Like, couldn't he have just dropped out like the other people?
Nah.
Yeah, like, oh, that guy. Remember that guy? Season 1 was a mess.
The bisexual guy. And he told her her wig was slipping.
He showed his gay behavior there. That was such a low blow.
Like, why are you gonna tell her her wig is slipping? Like, oh, that's so horrible. Yeah, no, I'm very disappointed in SK, I won't lie. Like, we were genuinely rooting for you, but that's what we get for rooting for a Nigerian man.
Let's move on from non root for.
We're actually not going to move on from when we don't root for. Because there's a poor lady on Twitter. Is she on Twitter or on Instagram? On Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Her name on Instagram is Yeah, That's Day.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, That's Day.
What's... I was about to make such a bad joke. No, this is not a joke.
That's her name.
Yeah, it's State, eh?
Yeah, it's State. For real. So, homegirl, she said she's dating this guy. She had been keeping her virginity, keeping it on lockdown, keeping that pum, sweet.
Keeping it lush.
Yeah, keeping it lush. You know what I'm saying? Clean. No, you can't say clean. Just because you have sex doesn't mean you're dirty. You can't say clean. But she be keeping that lock in the box. You know what I'm saying? She be, And she decided to, give her virginity away to her man. You know what I'm saying? And dun, she got a UTI. Which is not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. UTI is a UTI is a UTI. But then, things happen. Things itch. Things don't sit well.
Yep.
Okay? End up in hospital. When you get to hospital, they gotta do tests.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty, when you get to a hospital, there's 2 tests that they'll always do. Pregnancy, HIV test. Always.
Yeah.
Always they'll do it. First one came back negative.
Lucky for her.
First one came back negative, but only to find out that she's HIV positive and she's got herpes. Now, herpes is not an STI.
It's an STD, honey.
That's not take these.
It's not a shot in you, okay?
It's not a take these for antibiotics for 14 days. And it will clear right up. Herpes is forever and ever. You'll stay in my heart.
Not in my heart.
You will come back now and again. Forever in me.
Damn, that's double homicide.
No, it really is double homicide. Do you know why? Because most people have herpes.
Are you serious?
But we have the simple herpes.
Which
is why you be getting the cold sore and,
Yeah.
But for her not to get the super herpes.
On her first time.
And you know what makes it even more effed up? That nigga said, keep your head up. It's not funny. He said, keep your head up, beautiful. He said, keep your head up, beautiful. Yes, he said, keep your head up, beautiful. Wait, is it? Sorry, let me look for it. Because he genuinely said,
oh my gosh.
Keep your head up.
He does not deserve anything good in life. How do you tell someone keep your head up?
Sent me. Okay, wait. I literally want the one that Velo sent me, because that link. There's a part where he literally is like, keep your head up, beautiful. Where is it? I can't find it. Someone said, yep, he is on Instagram posting about it right now. Where is it?
Don't find me. It's fine. He said it either way.
He genuinely did say, keep your head up, beautiful, though. That's the thing that I hate.
What a disgusting man.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Just keep your head up, beautiful.
Gonna forever love you.
You showed me it's actually real love.
I know. Because I took your diseases.
Clearly.
You know,
clearly.
She also said, I don't know where she says in the whole mix of things. She says during, she kept on saying something's burning, like it's burning.
Mm-hmm.
And is that normal? And he kept going. Like,
he kept going. Oh, and then this guy, I'm sorry for everything, bro. On my brother's ashes, I am. I'm just stupid. I don't even know what I'm doing. I missed up. Hey.
But what's your brother got to do with it?
No, he's the devil.
No, he knew what he was doing.
He has to have known. He has to have known.
And the fact that he's just joking about it, like it's fun and games for him.
That's so disgusting. That is so disgusting. So in South Africa, we have places called Amahostel. Okay? And that's where the hitters live.
Is that where you
Me personally, I'm going to fetch Inkabi. And we ride at dawn. That's the only way.
Throwing those ashes.
We, like, throwing your brother's ashes. We ride at dawn. Because what do you mean?
What do you mean? Keep your head up. Beautiful. You showed me real love.
That would have undone me. Like, I would. You know, when, I don't know if you've ever been hit in the head by something, like, really hard.
Oh, yes.
You know, it goes,
yeah. And then your head just goes into circles.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going.
That keep your head up beautiful. That would have been my After that,
it's on sight.
The Lelo that you know has left the building.
Fuck, man.
Left the building. I would honestly rather lose my virginity and get pregnant.
True.
I would, because that's something I can return to sender. That's something I can do, even if I don't feel comfortable returning to sender. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I cry about it. I get over it. I can sit my family down and be like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Nah, they're going to have to forgive me. Guys, I tried to keep my virginity till I was 18. I messed around once.
And then it was chai.
They would have to forgive me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's something that we can go through as a family. You can help me. Who's going to babysit my HIV for me?
No one.
When I want to go break it down in the club, who's going to babysit my herpes for me?
No one. You can't be reckless.
Yo!
And that time, 18, isn't that the time you're supposed to start college and do all your college funky
and make your mistakes?
Yep. So now you can't be drunk and take a guy home because you need to be aware of what you're doing.
Even if you're in the middle of grooving, when your alarm rings and it says take your ARVs, you have to go to the bar and be like, can I please have some water?
And mix it with alcohol. You're so wrong for that.
No, but that's a real thing.
It's so
and I think that's what a lot of people don't get, right?
Yeah.
The thing with HIV, well, what I've heard and what I've seen, I've got people who are HIV positive in my family. It's not even about the HIV, to be very honest with you.
It's the
mental thing that gets you every time. You could have a great 23 hours. When 7 o'clock hits and that alarm goes off for you to take your ARVs, you're back at square one mentally.
Flip, man.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a constant reminder that, you know.
Like,
This is with you for life.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they go off to college and you go out with your friends, your song, your jam could come on, but on your Apple Watch, it'll be like alarm to take ARVs at 8 o'clock. And I mean that so seriously.
Like, I'm not laughing because I'm laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, what the fuck, bruv? Like, that's someone's reality.
He's brought so much pain to her life.
Unnecessarily. And did you see that it's because he's been cheating this whole time? Like, he's the village bicycle.
Oh, Lord.
So is it worth it? Does he even take his ARVs? Does he even know? Well, I guess he does now.
Look if at what your people are doing, God.
That's so scary. Yo, men are so
Look scary. At what your people are doing, God.
So now it makes sense whenever you're about to have sex to have a panel of tests.
Honestly.
It's only fair.
If you're in SA, go to Dis-Chem. If you're HIV test?
No, the whole panel, like from besides just HIV and your standard, but like the whole panel.
They do STD tests as well.
So you're saying that they must go to the store before anything?
Yeah, take your person with you. Yeah. Just be like, let's just go do a bunch of tests. Let's go do a bunch, because it's so murky now. Oh my gosh, I think if I ever have kids, that's what thing I'm gonna preach to them. Like, I don't even care. Whenever you start having sex, let me know. I can sit y'all down and I'll even swipe for your guys' tests.
Yeah.
Because it's not okay. Like, what people, and keep your head up.
I don't know. I don't understand why people shy away from condoms. Like, guys, must choose condom for like how many minutes of pleasure? 10 minutes of pleasure or your life.
You're right.
The condom makes sense. Like, for 10 minutes.
Right. I think this is why I can't do the whole having sex casually thing, because I don't like condoms. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't like condoms.
Fair.
But you must choose.
Yeah.
And I'm also the type of person, if you cheat on me, we're done. It's a wrap. I don't want to hear explanations. I don't want to hear,
because you're literally playing with someone
exactly.
Else. Yeah.
And I'm not a cheater type. Like, I don't even kiss other niggas. Like, I'm that type of girl. Like, no, I won't even flirt with you. Like, no, I will not even flirt with you. I won't give you the idea that you could possibly have next, or if you catch me on a day where I'm slipping, you might know. It's a no. And I expect my person to be like that as well. But I think when you're like in your 18, 16, because kids are having sex at like 16, 15 these days. So I think the best thing that parents can do is just have open conversations and open relationships, because if you don't have an older sibling, you are fucked.
Literally.
Essentially.
Literally and figuratively.
Like, you are. Kind of what do they say in America? You are up the creek without a paddle.
Are you serious? They have
a paddle, yo.
Special so idioms.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And another thing that is very much an African special, if that nigga tried that, well, he's not a nigga, it's a white man. If that man tried that in South Africa or in Africa, witchcraft.
I was going for arrested, but anyway.
People don't get arrested, like, don't get each other arrested in Africa. I'm just gonna go to my witch doctor. That's what I'm gonna do.
Like, your penis will fall off.
It will melt off, homie. It'll start by being black and then bit by bit.
Oh, that's so scary.
It will die. It
probably is already black because it's diseased so much. You look so defeated.
That's not medically sound.
Because we don't know what everything is, guys.
That's not medically sound.
I'm sure it is. We can get like blue waffles. Surely there's a male equivalent.
Okay, before I vomit. Okay. Now, so there's a video surfacing. Not surfacing.
Trending or
Trending. Yes, going around.
SATL, ne?
No, so it started off in Nigerian timeline. Yeah.
This is Congo. They're from Congo.
Congolese. Okay, well, it started because if you go to the original video and you go at the comments, they speak in pidgin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they speak in pidgin. And then after you scroll a while, then the South African comments start. And for a very long time, they are speaking. So let me say on Black Twitter, Africa. Because there's Black Twitter America, Black Twitter Worldwide, Black Twitter UK, Black Twitter Africa, right? There's a video going around of a pregnant lady. She was getting back shots, yo. And her husband walked in. And her husband takes a video. Her name is Martha, ne? I think it's Martha.
No, it's not Martha.
What is it? He says her name.
Is it Martha?
I think it's Martha. But obviously he doesn't say it like Martha.
Martha.
I don't know, but yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
He caught his pastor, his preacher, his brother in Christ.
Do they go to the same church?
Yes.
Imagine.
Getting back shots. And his wife is pregnant. His wife is pregnant. You sent me the video, ne?
Did I?
I think you did.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure you did. Because you were even telling me that he's wearing a condom.
No, you asked me about it. You asked me if I saw it, and then I said, yep. And
you didn't send it to me.
No. I even what's this? The reason why I knew he was wearing one is because I didn't notice that she was pregnant.
You didn't notice that she was pregnant?
I did not. I honestly did not.
Pregnant. She was very, very pregnant. Can't believe you didn't send it to me. I don't know how to find it. Okay, I wanted to play it because I wanted to get the name, but it's fine. So yeah, he was not okay. As you can imagine, he was not okay. And what makes it creepy is on the floor, there's like candles and a calabash and other weird things in a plate, which for us Africans, that symbolizes witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
So when you go down the video, it kind of explains what happened, and essentially they're saying that they couldn't get pregnant as a couple. They went to their pastor. The pastor pulled the wife aside and was like, I can make it happen, but we need to do certain things. She agreed, obviously being desperate to have a baby. And so apparently they've been sleeping together for quite some time, and it's part of the ritual that they're doing. And man has caught on.
Yeah, ne?
So now the question is, do you think that witchcraft worked, or just man didn't have the swimmers and pastor had the swimmers?
I think that's why I asked you, like, was this even real? Because why does he have a condom on? Because then clearly you're not the father then.
Or maybe it was never about the pastor being the father. The pastor needed to open her womb.
Open with his dick?
Yes.
That's so stressful. That is so stressful. Because then why didn't we just go to the gynae?
But let's be for real.
Like how?
What is the percentage of people just in SADC? Let's not even go, because is Congo part of SADC?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fine, perfect. So just in SADC, I'm not even counting all of Africa, the 52 countries in Africa. Not counting those. Just SADC. What is the percentage of people who, when they're sick, their first thought is to go to a doctor compared to going to
a traditional
healer,
etc. I mean, you're right. It's a large percentage. But even a traditional healer won't insert his dick to open the way.
But this was not traditional healing, though. This was.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah. Which I don't get. Like, you're meant to be in a Christian church. So where does it make sense that you're using such things? Okay, fine, I get candles, but the calabash and whatever else. That's clearly not Christianity. So at some point, now where you were going down the dark hole.
Do you not think it's desperation? Because I know South Africa and Swaziland, my home country, they have a huge issue where people are now starting to believe in miracles more than they believe in God. So if you can give them miracles wrapped in a hint of God, they will take it.
I get that, but like, why? Okay, never mind. I answered my own question in my head. I was like, why are you so desperate for a child, whereas you could just wait until God gives you one? Because clearly you can have one. It's just
probably her in-laws are telling her the way she's such a failure.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I answered it in my own head. Like, there's this thing in Black culture that you have to have your own child. You can't adopt a child. Yeah. You can't surrogacy. Don't even. Yeah. So yeah, I get it, but still, no.
It's scary. I think the scariest thing is the fact that these pastors and whatever, they know that more than anything, people are not searching for God. People are searching for miracles. People are desperate.
And they like prey on that. Definitely. And that's, it's so scary because then it's like, what type of human are you? Like,
yep,
you're raping women for what?
Because it is rape essentially. Because out of her own free will, she would have never had agreed.
True.
You had to swindle that pussy, and it's like, what the hell?
How do you even get hard like that for swindled pussy? Like,
because
it's not about the pleasure.
It's about the power, I guess.
It makes it rape, yeah.
It's about the power for them. And it's so scary. Like, but it's like, as the husband, what do you do?
You know what this one lady said underneath? She's like, as a family, they need to sit down, talk about it, and work through it and carry on. This is a small feat. This too shall pass. If he loves her, this too shall pass.
These things happen in marriages.
Exactly. These things, they happen. She was doing it for the family to strengthen his seed.
What? Of this man, he was cheating on his woman. They asked him why, and he's like, because when you got married, she was nice and skinny, and then she got fat. And when I asked her why, she said because she's got peace. So I needed to do something to take her out of her peace.
That is so sick. No.
You're not good people.
That's why she said that. Because that is what men always say.
And they always say that.
You did it for the family.
And when you call a family meeting, that's what they tell you. Like, this is marriage. This is, like, when you left home, where did you think you were going? Disneyland. No. This is marriage.
And it's not always going to be roses. So he must sit down with his wife. They can even find another church. Got that. The marriage must continue.
Nah.
He did it for the
family. For the sake of the family. And man must love that kid.
Exactly.
Did you know that a kid done with witchcraft is ugly?
I'm going to be looking at people like...
It's not only like being ugly.
Like soul imtaga, ne?
No, it's like it's all those kids that you don't even like khalela to pick them up.
No.
You know those kids that like you don't khalela to pick them up, like you just you're not less for it, like no one wants to play with them. Yeah, they say a lot of the times that those are kids created through witchcraft. Those are.
How would you put a child through that?
That's why it is though that whole thing able to That's so dope. That's a real thing.
Imagine having that burden your whole life. Like, yeah. I'm sure people in other countries listening to this are like, last I saw witchcraft was on TV. I didn't think it was real.
It's very real.
Wow. Even I still can't believe witchcraft exists in this daylight.
It's so real. Witchcraft is so very real. And for me, how I look at it is people just playing with dark spirits. Honestly, it's people summoning dark spirits, instead of like leaving them to stay in the spiritual realm, where our spiritual selves and God can have those fights for us, they bring them into this realm and think that they can control them, and
it doesn't work.
let them do their bidding and all those things. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna write a check, you better be able to cash it.
True. And you not, how can I put it? For everything that you receive or get from it, there must be something that it's taking from you. So it's like, is it really worth your soul? Like, we're just in the world, like right now, in this moment in time. But what happens afterwards, like in the spiritual realm, if there is, you know, because we still have faith, there might be nothing. But what happens after that? Like, what if you were literally selling your soul to go to hell?
Exactly. And for me, it's not even only about like what happens in the afterlife, because maybe you might not even believe that there's an afterlife, and that's why you do those weird things, because you feel like I'm only here now and I need to maximize what I'm here for. My thing is, I feel like, let me just say, me personally, I know everybody else thinks different and stuff. I would never be able to do witchcraft, especially because when you do witchcraft, you're taken from someone else. I think that's my thing. It's like, how do you go to sleep at night knowing very well that I took something that was meant for somebody else? Because I mean, like, let's not even lie, all the stories we've heard about sugar daddies and their snakes and the reason why they sleep with all these girls, because they're taking their luck. Exactly. All the luck that you were supposed to have in the world, or let me say all the good fortune you were supposed to have throughout your life, is taken from you. And you sleep with this girl. No, actually, you don't even sleep with her, because most of the time it's the snake that's sleeping with her. So you get this girl in your house or in your bed, knowing very well what's about to happen. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Knowing very well that after this one encounter with you, they will never have good fortune in their life ever again.
It's so messed up.
And you're okay with that. Like, you go to sleep and it's great. Like, yeah, it's weird.
That's so scary.
It's weird.
Like, I think my heart just dropped.
I think for me, that's the thing that I don't. Well, that's one of my biggest thing. Also, my other thing is I don't play with demons. Just don't do that. I don't play with demons. I don't play.
How do you know? Because you never know that the person next to you is involved in some shady shit.
I think that's why you have to be like, you have to keep yourself so close to God.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah.
Because He will tell you.
Be like, run, my dear.
He will tell you. Because it's even like what Megan says in Anxiety, how like she will pray and she'll be like, take all the fake people away from me, and be shocked by who God removes. It's the exact same thing, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if you keep God close to you and you nourish that relationship and everything else, then
should be good.
You should be like great. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to turn this into a Christian podcast, but oh my gosh, saw something so interesting on TikTok. I'm so sorry. This guy was saying, he was like, if you think about it, all our sins, it's like a father trying to protect their child. Because it's like the whole thing of don't have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
It's a warning, because the thing is, when you have sex with someone, you get so connected to them, and like there's a heartbreak because you fall in love with them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Especially like if you're not doing like transactional sex or something like that. A lot of the time you catch feelings, right? And it's like it was protecting you from that thing. Also, when you don't judge people. The whole thing of don't judge people is because when you judge people, you start comparing them to you. And comparison is the thief of happiness at the end of the day. So it was like, if you look at it that way, you don't look at it like a set of rules, it becomes so much easier
to adhere or want to adhere.
But anyway, let's not turn this into a Christian podcast.
Well, it's good to know. It's good to know.
Okay, we are done with that. Now we're gonna move on to the reviews.
Yes.
Before we move on to the reviews, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna plug myself. If you're looking for natural skincare, go on www.mauskincare.com. Thanks.
Good products. Did you bring my products? Anyway.
No, I forgot. She didn't remind me. But I promise other people I will deliver on time. I just don't like her. Okay.
Wow. Wow. Let's move on and review. I was actually so excited when I saw that Lindsay Lohan is back. I was like, the rom-com. That one is back. I was honestly so excited. And then I watched it and it felt like a skit. No offense, but it felt like a skit. There was just too many things. Or should I say, everyone else's acting was just over the top. Which made it feel like a skit. Like it could have been a theater.
I feel like they blew the whole budget on hiring Lindsay Lohan.
And then the production place or whatever.
Yeah, and then they had to get like actors who aren't well versed in acting for the rest of the script. That sounds so rude, but yeah, it wasn't good. Like,
you know, when I knew that, hey man, it's that main guy, right? The one that
Dad.
No, not Dad. Dad. The moment he came on screen, I was like, this is not the one. The one that owned the small resort.
Yeah, the North Star. I haven't remember.
When he's meant to be sad or angry, like, it's such a weird, I don't understand, I don't even know how to describe his face. But it looks just wrong.
You know how they were acting?
Wow.
You know on Crime Channel when they do a reenactment?
I hate you. I hate you. I honestly hate you because that is so true. All that was missing was just a narration on top.
Yeah. Oh, and that music and the music.
Yep. Everything was just, it was just not going. It was just not flowing. You know, even her dad was a better actor. But yeah.
Lindsay, please.
Girl.
I know you're trying to, like, you know, show the industry that you're back. But guys, hire my girl Lindsay. She's back. She can do better than this. I know she can do better than this.
She have better storylines. Like, that storyline, it felt like a kid's book. But not even Disney would produce that.
They would never. They would never. Like, don't do that to my girl Lindsay.
And Christmas movies are so hard to flop. Like, everyone loves a good Christmas movie.
You're right.
Like, really?
But they flopped it hard.
Yeah. Out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 3 for my girl Lindsay. And literally all of it.
It's like a 4.
No. A 3 and all of it goes to Lindsay Lohan. All of it. All of it. I don't wanna lie.
A 3. I was gonna give it at least like a 4.5. Like nearly a 5. Because I mean at least the production quality was good. At least I don't know. The wardrobe was okay ish. But yeah, it's not something to rave about. But
no. Okay, so that means it's a 3.75. That's our rating. That is our rating.
Let's move swiftly along from that because
what a disaster. What a disaster. Okay, so now we get to the part of the show where, you know, we bring it down. Talking to your big sisters here, okay? Yes.
Okay.
We talk about life. Okay. The hardships of life. Okay.
That's if they hard. Sometimes it's sweet, you know.
Sure. Being a bad girl, you know.
Wow. It's the fact that you were speechless. But anyway.
Okay. So, this week I want to cover friendships.
Okay.
Right? And the reason why I want to cover friendships is because I'm going to be very honest with you. I was not a good friend when I was younger.
Ooh. Skaka.
That's just the truth. Let me put it out there. I was not a good friend.
Okay, how?
And I was never, like, honestly, all the people who've been my friends when I was younger, you can never go to them and be like, oh, tell me something deep about Lelo. I went through the most in my childhood, but like there's no one in my childhood who knows like my life or anything.
Yeah.
And I think like having like that armor around me and like, you know, having a persona that I'm always laughing or like I'm feisty and I'm this, I'm that, like it never really allowed me to have like true friendships with people.
Yeah.
Because like I was that type of person where I can have like a group of friends and I'll be close to one person for like 6-7 months and then close to someone else for like 6-7 months. Like I didn't like having long-term friendships.
Okay.
To be very honest with you, like that just was not my thing.
Is it because now you had to show your deep side and then you bailed
so.
before you had to?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. And I think also it's like there's only up until a certain point where you can put on a persona. I think even when you're younger, you can't necessarily put words to it. But when somebody is, I don't want to say fake because fake is the wrong word.
Surface level.
When someone is surface level, you might not have the words to say to somebody, hey, you're surface level, but you feel it to some point.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You feel that, okay, this person is not like my true friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I was that type of friend.
Okay.
And to be very honest with you, also I think maybe because I went to a girls' school and all those things, like, and it was a private school, compared to the shit that I was facing, I felt like the things that the other girls were facing were like so dumb.
Okay, I get you.
I would like
struggle Olympics.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like.
Yeah, it's more like there's more in life that could go wrong.
Yeah,
but not like you're saying your worries are not big enough. It's just
I would never say that to them.
Yeah.
I would definitely never say that
you.
to them. But like I always felt like in my heart, like okay.
Why do you think that you never opened up to, let's say, because you still have people that were your friends back then. Why do you feel like you never opened up to them about what was going on? Was it because you didn't trust them, or was it because it's not like you can't even do it now when you're older? It's just you still don't. So why?
Because I don't trust niggas.
You don't trust me.
I don't trust niggas.
Been around each other for that long.
I don't care.
And they've entrusted something to you.
I'm very trustworthy. So I'm not going to fault them on this. I'll not fault them on that. I'm very trustworthy.
I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm done. But you don't trust a nigga. There I'm gonna drag you.
I don't.
There I'm gonna drag you.
I don't.
But you used to. Your ex.
I'm trying to think, like, because even with him, there's things that, like, he never knew about me. Or things that he never knew that I've been through, type of a thing. You know? And I think that's just how I am. Like, I'm literally, like, I don't know. I'm the freaking North Pole. Like, it takes a lot
to get to the bottom.
To melt me and release all my diseases. I don't know. Because that's what the North Pole be doing nowadays. But...
yeah, I get you.
You get me.
Yeah,
but I get you. Moving on from me, what type of friend were you?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Flip. I think I've always been the same. The only thing is that this is such a wrong way to put it, but I think it's the truth. I used to have passionate friendships I still do, and then they would burn fickle quick. The reason I think so, I actually don't know. I think it's because I'm very possessive. Like, it's taking a long time for me to say that I'm selfish. I'm possessive.
You've reached that point in your life.
No, I haven't. It's just my mom tells me every day that I was a selfish kid. Yeah, I think I still am, but I'll never freely admit that. I'm just saying what other people say. So I think with most of my friendships, they just, they burned bright and then they burned fast. They burned out fast. And I don't think I think it has to do with, it sounds so snobbish to say this, but we had different ways in life and we had different journeys to go through. And I don't think we could still be friends now, if that makes sense. Like, for example, my mom's best friend, her daughter, and I used to be best friends as well, because they both were pregnant at the same time.
That's cute.
Yeah. So recently, I think it was a year ago, before COVID, she had her baby's christening and everything, and I was invited. And just chilling with her for me felt so awkward, even though we used to be the best of friends, where we would spend nearly all the school holidays together. I just felt like we weren't on the same page, not the same interests.
Why?
There's hardly anything we can talk about together, if that makes sense. Or if I do talk about something, it's like, yeah, no, but that was when we were kids, and like, I'm over it. Do you get me? Or something like that. Or I think maybe it's another thing that I need to develop a personality. I'd be like, okay, so what are you doing for work? And she's like, she's not working. So now it becomes like, okay, cool. What else can I ask you? Because you're not everything. You're like, no, I don't do that. I don't do this. So it becomes like a awkward situation. Yeah. And then the only thing I can ask you about is your kid, and that's limited for me because I don't have a kid, so I don't know your life like that. And then recently
you can ask us, so how much diapers, I guess.
I don't want to know that. But yeah, I get you. And then recently I found out that she doesn't speak to her mom anymore, and she told her mom to basically give her space, essentially, because she's traumatized from her childhood and whatnot. So then my mom keeps on prompting me to basically try talk to her and understand, and I think I'm not the friend for her to understand, because I think, yes, we all have childhood trauma, but I wouldn't go as far as cutting off my mom from my kid as well. Like, I think that's very harsh, especially because the kid has known your mom since it was born. So, yeah. In other words, like, I'm just going back to the thing of, we don't have the same interests. We don't have the same way we deal with things, and I don't think it would work right now. So, yeah.
I hear you.
Your part.
Do you think you're better at friendships now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I'm 50% better. The problem that I struggle with is expressing myself honestly with my friends. And when I say honestly, I mean like when it's uncomfortable things that you need to have conversations with your friends about. I cannot do that, and I don't think I will ever do that. I'm good.
And you don't want to like try put yourself out there and
do it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Why change something when it's comfortable? And do you think you're a better friend?
I do think I'm a better friend now.
Is it 100% there, or?
No, definitely not. I mean, I'm growing and stuff like that. But I do think now I'm able to maintain relationships way better. I was not the type of person that was able to maintain relationships at all. But I do think I am better now. And I also think it's not 100% me being better. I think the friends that I have now are like they try to keep me. I don't know how to explain it. But not necessarily me, but like I can't just drop off the face of the earth. And my friends will be like, she'll come back.
Yeah.
Or, she's being weird. Let's not be friends with her anymore. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I was able to drop from the face of the earth, and my friends would also be like, okay. And I think that's also another reason why I didn't have long-term friendships. But I think now the friends that I have, like, I can't go like 2 days.
Yeah.
You would be like, and then when? You know what I'm saying? Like, my other friend that you know would also be like, what's going on with you? Like, what are you jumping? Do you get what I mean? So I think that's also helped me as well, like be a better friend type of a situation. So yeah, I think I am a better friend now, I'd like to think.
I think the most important thing that people forget in any relationship, right, is that you can't just take, you need to give as much as you take.
Yeah.
And you can't just receive, you need to,
That's so
vice
true.
versa.
That's so true.
And I think once you find that balance, it should work.
Yeah.
However, I think the hardest part with with friendships just in general, is like how I was saying, like having uncomfortable conversations. And I don't think we'll ever have the maturity to just have them, but I think they are important because they make you stronger, because not everything can be sunshine and roses.
Yeah.
So,
and I would say, like, the same vim that you put into your sexual relationships, if you can just take 50% of that vim and put it into your friendships, like, those relationships are so amazing. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget. Like, we focus on like making money, or focus on sexual relationships and getting married and all those things, that you forget that you need to focus on friendships as well. You know, like, take a bit of that energy and put it into friendships as well. Because I would like to think, as a Black woman, we need friendships more than other races and other sexes, if I can put it that way, because the world is a little bit meaner to us than other races and other people, if we're being very honest. And it can just, like, you can feel like you're drowning a lot of the times. And the people that will not necessarily pull you out, but they will get into the water with you, are your friends.
That's very, very true.
Because I think, if we're being very honest, like, a lot of the times, if you look at just like life, if I'm using the water analogy and stuff like that, when you're drowning in a pool, a lot of the times, like, your parents are on the side, like your grandparents are on the side, and they're like cheering you on to swim to safety. But, or like your sexual partner or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, they're probably also on the side, like reaching out their hand for you to like catch it, like to take their hand so they can pull you out. But sometimes you're just tired and you want to lay in the middle and drown. And a lot of times your friends will just jump in and they will not be like, oh, let me help you. They'll just drown with you and be like, it's okay. Like, let's drown. And sometimes that's what you need.
True.
Just to give you that energy of, okay, I can do this. Like, I'm not doing this by myself.
Go again,
Yeah, and like, it's very, as much as the people on the side reaching out to you to pull you up is very important, sometimes you need someone to just jump in with you.
True. Someone even said, there's nothing one girl's night can't fix.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. That is very, very true.
Yeah, it's hella true. But with that being said, keep your eyes out for some snakes in the grass. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go there.
Keep your eyes out for them snakes in the grass.
Will kill you unprovoked.
Exactly. So, like, going back to the whole thing, not trying to make this into a Christian podcast, but like, whatever higher purpose you serve, if you cling to it, your intuition becomes stronger. For us, it's God. For you, it could be Allah. It could be Buddha. But cling to it because it strengthens your intuition at the end of the day, and you're able to
sift
out like who's for me, who's not for me, who's pretending to be for me, and that type of thing. So yeah, that's all we gotta say. Do you have anything else?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Boring. I just appreciate all my friends.